pack a bowl, my friend. And don't forget to pass that blend. Pack it up, my friend. And then we'll ride up and we'll smoke in the ashes in the end. Pack a bowl, my friend. Pass me that blend, would you? Welcome back in, y'all. It is good to see you here on Sunday. Couple weeks, like I said. If I don't have much, y'all, told you I'm not going to waste your time. And I got to thinking about that. We'll talk about those thoughts here in a minute if I can get back to them. Anyways, y'all, I'm smoking my large Meerschaum. We had seen this before. And now you may say to yourself, Johnny, that stem does not look the same as the original stem. And that would be true. Very astute of you. I had told you that I needed to bend that stem. If you see me when I first got this pipe, it's I got it from an antique store. For those of you that didn't know, very good price. Very happy to have it. Very good pipe. But the stem was straight, and I decided, well, I need to put a bend in it. And like I do with all, even the stems that I make, you give them a little heat and you bend them. Normally, you want to put a pipe cleaner in them. So I don't know. I've always done it. A stem maker told me to do it, and so your inner draw hole does not collapse. So you put a pipe cleaner in there, put some heat to it, and then bend it. Well, that original stem that I had, I went to bend it, and I had bent it in the beginning, and I showed it to y'all. It just wasn't holding its form. I'm like, what's going on here? It appeared to be acrylic, a soft form of acrylic. I'm not 100% sure of what it was. But today, this morning actually, I looked at it and I thought, I need to get a nice aggressive bend in this thing. I'm getting tired of it almost in this straight, point. I took it out in the garage, put my heat gun to it, and a pipe cleaner in it, and went to bend it. And as I was bending it, trying to get that nice aggressive bend out of it, it just started cracking here on top. And I'm like, well, what's going on there? And so I pulled a little further and it just cracked off in my hand. Now, I studied the material. It did not look like pure acrylic. I don't know what you would call it, y'all. I don't think it was ebonite or vulcanite. Something else. So definitely is not meant to bend like I would like it to. I found out. So I immediately upset with myself for bending that, and breaking it. I had to make a new one. So I went over to the lathe there and I grabbed me a new blank and tried to look at different blanks on the pipe and think, well, what would look good? I grabbed this blue blank. It's blue with some like silver shimmer, and then it's like a purple vein inside of it or something. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah. But anyways, so this being acrylic, I know, because I've worked with it many times, as you all know. I went ahead and did me up a stem real quick. Now, there's some of you out there that might be saying, Johnny, I know that with the Meerschaums, the stem screws into the pipe. That's true. Once again, very astute of you. So how did I do that? Well, I quite wondered how I was going to do it in the beginning too. And like you see, it unscrews. Now they put these uh, inserts in the stem, and they screw it into the Meerschaum. Um, I think it was Mr. Michael Morrison that commented, telling me that the reason why they do that is if you put anything else in there that didn't screw, maybe it had a wedge form to it or whatever, it would bust the Meerschaum, and that's why they choose to screw them in versus a wedge. Um, and my other one has the same thing. This one right here. Now this here is acrylic. I can definitely tell that. Probably a different maker from Turkey. This was my first one, if you remember, and it also has that same screw-in insert, except sometimes it unscrews from the stem versus the pipe itself. But it's the same thing. It's the same insert, same style of insert. So what I did is I heated it up really good, the broken portion, and I was able to get this insert out. It is also screwed in. And then when I went ahead and drilled my initial draw hole here, I just kept working with it, because I didn't have a drill bit that was quite perfect. I tried a couple different ones and they just weren't working out. I finally found one that was as close as can be. And then I sanded the internal hole until it got to the point to where I could screw the insert into my new stem. And it's in there tight, good to go, beautiful. I thought I was going to have to use epoxy, but I didn't have to. And it turned out great. Only thing is, when you're screwing it in, you got to make sure that when you're at the end, when the mortise meets the tenon, that it's where you want it. If not, your you know, your tip here could be off. So I had to work with it until I got it perfect. And now I just screw that guy in there, and perfect, good to go. Because one thing I do not like, y'all, is when your tip is off center. It just drives me nuts. Um, whatever pipe I'm smoking, I always take a look down the edge of the pipe here, and if it's off, you'll find me just kind of moving it till it gets straight again. I don't know, y'all. It's just the way it is. But that is what I'm doing, y'all, and that is why I have a new stem on my large Meerschaum. I like the way it turned out. Turned out real nice. I made it a fish tail. Um, I had thought about making a P-lip, but I thought, no, these pipes normally use a fishtail, so that's what I'm going to do. And it's fine. It's good. I did incorporate that, last video I told you how I took my draw hole and drilled it the smallest diameter I could, still allowing a pipe cleaner to go in it. And it causes you to sip the blend, because you can't just really, choo-choo train on that thing. I did the same thing here on this stem, and I kind of like the way it turns out, y'all. Let me get this pipe lit up, and we'll go on with a couple more things here. Ooh, Johnny, what are you doing using a torch on your pipe? Sometimes I do, y'all. Sometimes I do. Just gotta be careful. Just gotta be careful. Especially if you're using it on a briar or a cob. Definitely gotta be careful. I got lighters laying all over the place. I don't know why I picked that one up. And in the pipe, y'all, is Shanae's cake. Forgot to put it back up there. I just made a new order for another large tin of the Bayou Morning and the old Joe Krantz brown label, because I still got basically a full tin of a haunted bookshop, and I'm working on the last part of my Shanae's cake. And that's fine. I've got more over here. I'm peeking around the corner here, y'all. I don't know if you can see them. Here we go, right there. Um, I guess I could have turned the camera too. That would have been easier. But um, yeah, so got another order coming in with some brown label Joe Krantz and another Bayou Morning. I really like the Bayou Morning, y'all. It's, man, I got to say, it's neck and neck with my Sinead's cake. If you like a good Perique blend, those, either one of those will take care of business. One's a cake form, which of course Sinead's cake, and the other one's a ribbon cut. Either way, now I wanted to go ahead and show you on one of those estate pipes that I got. If y'all recall last video, um, I got a 1970s version Peterson series Dorman, and I got it for $8. It was cheap, and I thought I can clean this thing up, see how it works, and it's a Peterson with a P lip, you know, can't go wrong. Um, and that guy's right here, y'all. I cleaned it up. Uh, I decided to leave the stem in its patina form. Now, of course, when I shined it up and I buffed it out, um, it's not as pronounced as it was before in its patina form. But I don't know if you can see, there's some lighter brown edges here and there. And vulcanite, like we said, true vulcanite will do that over time. Um, I decided to leave it that way. I like it. It's an older pipe, so why not keep the stem in its older looking self? Whatever, I don't know. Remember, if you recall, this has the scallops around the edges, which I have not seen before on a Peterson pipe or pipe in itself. I wish this camera would focus. It's just not focusing. Anyways, you can see it, you get it. It's not too clear, but there's that scallop around the edge, real nice. One thing, so I cleaned it out really well, shined it up, buffed it out. Really good looking pipe, y'all. Peterson Dorman series. Um, and I smoked it for the first time. I really enjoyed smoking this pipe. Now, normally on my other Petersons that I have, they are spit magnets. Spit just collects, it will gurgle like nobody's business. And I kind of expected that out of this one. It's a Peterson. But to my surprise, y'all, it did not. It did really well. I was super impressed. And I thought, well, is it just this pipe? Maybe it's the way they did it back there in the 70s versus what they do now. I don't know. Um, my other Petersons are downstairs. I have two racks. I have a rack up here and a rack downstairs. um, but yeah, my other Petersons gurgle like crazy. This one does not. Really impressed. Really enjoyed smoking this pipe, y'all. I really did. Um, yeah, I am glad that I bought it for $8. $8 for a Peterson. Clean it up. Really good to go. Really good. Now, when you look at some of those estate pipes, they're kind of like, especially if they've been smoked a lot. I'm sure a lot of you know this. They're like, all your edges are like burnt away from constant flame and things of that nature. This one here, sitting really nice. I don't know if you can tell. There's a small little area right here. I could sand it out, but yeah, not much. It looks really good. Um, I mean, it was a well smoked pipe. You could tell. And I mean, the cake that was built up in this thing, y'all. When I used my reamer, when I used the reamer in it, just just pouring out when I got done reaming it out. Um, and But anyways, that's that $8 Peterson, and I really enjoy it. Very surprised at how it smokes. And it's nice to have a pipe made in the 1970s. Now, of course, this is information I got online. Yeah. Um, and I'm happy to have it. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Let's put that one back over there. Oh, I did smoke. I did smoke my calabash. That's the same one of the ones that I got in that estate pickup that I did a couple weeks ago, and smokes great. Smokes fine. Not nothing that I really want to take out and about because it is so big. Um, yeah, but I've always wanted a calabash, and here it is. I like it. I got back over here. So I have two more things, y'all, before I let you go. Um, we're gonna end up back here in the craft room before we're all done. But like I said, a lot of times I lose my train of thought, but I actually kept this one. Now I told you that I don't have much to talk about or do things, and so I just don't do a video because I don't want to waste your time. And so I was thinking about that the other day, um, watching other people's videos, and you know, like I actually mentioned this early on in this channel 2 years ago, I think it was. I can't remember now, y'all. Yeah, that I was like, I don't know how long I can do this because there's only so many things you can talk about when it comes to pipe content, and then after that, well, what do you talk about? You know, I'm not a person who really reviews blends. And how often do they come out with a new blend to where you could review it? Of course, this would keep your content going on. And there's some people that do that, and that's why I basically leave it up to them. Sonny the Piper, he does really good reviews. I know the Flat Cap Piper does reviews on tobaccos, as well as others. Those two right there just quickly came to mind. So I really don't feel it necessary to give a review on a tobacco, even though I know it is subjective. It's biased. Every blend can be different to two different people, whatever. But there's good people that do good blend reviews. So past that, we can talk about a pipe. We can talk about, in my case, making pipes and tips and stems, wraps, and all the good stuff that I like to dabble in. But when I don't have those things going on, I really don't have content. Um, Now I know that some of you are okay with a guy getting on, smoking a pipe, and just shooting the shit, just talking about whatever. I think in some aspects, y'all, that can get you in trouble. Um, Now, please understand, I am not attacking anybody. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm simply observing uh, recent situations. So the Flat Cap Piper, he recently, him and his wife got into some drama with some other channel for things that they were doing, and this person didn't agree, and back and forth. Um, Greg Tunnel just posted some a video, and it got him put in YouTube penitentiary for about, I don't know, for a little while. I know if they don't like what they're doing, they suspend your account and then they allow you to come back. If you do it enough, they suspend your account indefinitely. Um, so what I'm saying by that is when you're just shooting the shit, it's easy to run your mouth. It's easy to just pop off with some stuff that might offend other people. And now, first off, y'all, I'm from the military, 20 years in military. If you go 20 years in the military and you're still offended about something, well, then there's something wrong with you. Yeah, you get a leather neck. You get so nothing uh, can. Well, some of your good old boys, y'all, good old farmers out there, that have grew up shooting the shit amongst each others and joking around with each other and just no mercy whatsoever. There's people out there, but there are a lot of people out there that get offended by words. And so it's easy to pop off when you're not talking about pipe content, and just maybe interject your own political views, religious views. Now, of course, that appeals to some people, not all, but it can create drama. And that's fine. Like I said, save the drama for your mama. I don't want no drama here, y'all. I'm not looking for anybody who's got, thin skin to get offended by something I say. And then the drama starts, and you're like, oh my God, can you just stop? So it's easier for me to just keep it pipe related, y'all. Just, now if I had a channel that was dedicated to politics, to religion, to something else, well, then that'd be different. Only people that wanted that content would go there, right? And even then, people still get offended about stuff. Um, yeah, I I really do not know if anybody could offend me. I really don't. I'm trying to think if there's a no-go zone for me. I mean, shit, y'all. You can even talk about my mama. I don't care. I really don't care. You cannot get wet from the word water. Dr. Wayne Dyer introduced me to that term years ago. Um, I like studying psychology, y'all. It's a hobby of mine, and I find it very fascinating. Anyways, I was listening to him, and he talked about words and how we perceive them, how we let them bother us. And he used the analogy: you cannot get wet from the word water. And I said, wow, that's very true. And so a lot of people hear words and they let it come into them and offend them. They're just words. You can say anything you want. I personally don't care. It's just a word, until you allow it to affect you, to bother you, to send you into an emotional state that would cause anger or possibly even violence. And that's all on you. And some people love to incite these things because they're curious. They want to see what happens. And sometimes they fuck around and find out, right? And that happens. So the only time I ever get a heightened alert status is if I see these two dukes come up in front of me, in front of my face. Then I say, okay, now it's getting real. Now there's a problem. Now, I'm not offended, but I better be ready to be defended. And that's what happens. Um, but past that, y'all, you can talk, say anything you want. Your mama is a this, your mama is a that, your daddy's a no good this, your sister, yeah, It doesn't matter, y'all. Doesn't matter to me. Um, okay, I take that back. If you insulted my wife's honor in front of me, I would probably be inclined um, to talk about it. Yeah, that would probably send me to a heightened alert status right there. Um, yeah. Past that, you can tell me my children are good, no good, lazies. I don't care, y'all. They're just words. They don't bother me. They don't affect me. Um, Now, there's good words that bother that affect you, right? I love you. I appreciate you. Um, you're a good friend to me. These are all words that they do affect you, but in a different manner, right? Those are good words, and I'll allow those words to come in. Of course, I'll allow those words to make me feel a certain emotion or whatever it takes. Either way, y'all, like I said, if I don't have good content for pipe on this channel, then I just don't waste your time, because it's easy to pop off and kind of do what I just did, start ranting about stuff that has nothing to do with pipe content. There's a subcategory there because I was able to tell you that some of these content creators, they end up not having any real pipe content, so they go off into whatever. And sometimes that gets you in trouble, um, causes problems. I don't want that for this channel. And I think you realize that. I've said it before, and a number of you have commented and said, yeah, that's true. Other way, enough of that, y'all. Enough of that. I can talk forever. I can talk forever. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to light this pipe up, grab a couple more puffs, and I have one thing back here in the craft room that I'd like to share with you, um, in more ways than one. This new stem works out really well, y'all. Like I said, I just made it this morning. Works really well. I like it. Good clincher too. Clincher's real good. Yeah. Just enough of a lip there at the end so it won't pull past your teeth. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is what I want to do. If you recall last year, I had a GAW where I had said that the winner and myself would uh, basically talk about what was going to happen in what I was making, and give that person the opportunity to kind of feel like they're in on the project. And that would have been Mr. Ronnie Adams, if you remember that. That was something I did last year, basically as a Christmas gift. And Mr. Ronnie Adams won. Anyways, I was able to talk with him and ask him all the details of how you would like things done. And he was a pretty simple man. Mr. Ronnie was pretty simple. He made it pretty easy on me. um, but and that's good. That's fine. That's just fine. You know, I was able to do what Mr. Ronnie wanted, and he enjoyed it, and I enjoyed making it. I want to do something similar to that. Um, I was looking over my material back here, and sometimes I'll do projects and I have material left over. Now, um, I put it all back here in the back on this table right here, and we're going to look at it. And I want to make another pipe wrap. Um, I do. And now I'm going to ask for y'all's help, and we're going to give that away. And before I make it, the winner and myself will converse either by email or by phone, your choice, um, and talk about how you want it built. Do you want it one pipe, built for one pipe? Do you want it built for multiple pipes? Do you want a zippered pocket? Do you want a snap pocket? Do you want it to tri-fold? Do you want it just whatever you envision and want? And I can do, which, y'all, if I don't know how to do it, I'll figure it out. That's just the way I am. And then after we pick the materials, after we have talked about how it should be done, and I've drawn it out, figured it out, um, I'll show you all that I'm going to be making that. We'll go back in here and I'll show you that I'm making it. I'll show you the finished product, and then we'll ship that off to the winner. But right now, preliminary, was going to go back and show you all some of the materials that I have that can be used, that I have. So it's material that I don't have to buy. I already have it. It's good to go. And all of the things that I would use for it: zippers, um, snaps, rivets, Chicago screws, whatever that would go into it. If we choose to use an unfinished leather, I can go ahead and stain it whatever color you want. And we'll look at some of those things over here. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras, and we're going to go back and look. We're going to start by looking at the leather, all the different styles of leather I have, and suede, and then from there, I mean, I could show you all the snaps and zippers and all that, but we'll deal with that with the person who wins. All right, so let's just get on over there, take a drink of my coffee. Oh, what's going on here? All right, my phone for some reason is not working. Let me go turn it up. Let me go make sure it's on. Okay. Technical difficulties. Let's do this now. Oh, here we go. I was just pushing the wrong button. All right, so let's get this back up here. There we go. Let me see. Can you all see that? Yeah, you can see that. All right, so let's start off with the unfinished leather. So what I have here, this is actually a brand new hide. I think this is half a shoulder. Let me see. Oh, it's a single shoulder. So this is a single shoulder. This here's a single shoulder. I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but the tag here tells me it's a Craftsman single shoulder of a cow, and it's unfinished. I think this is 2 3 ounce. It's not 3 4 ounce. So this is 3 4 ounce leather. What they mean by that is the thickness of the leather. So I have way more than enough to do that when here on this unfinished right here. Also have this leather. This I believe is a 3 4 ounce also, and it is a stamped leather. Now Mr. Ronnie will notice this leather because I made his pipe wrap out of it. But we have a good amount of this leather left. And it's basically looks like python skin. And it is unfinished, so I can stain it any color that the winner chooses if they choose this material. Okay. I also have this goat skin. This here, the tag's kind of worn. I bought 3 or 4 of these hides at one time because they were on sale, and it's really nice. Really nice. I like it. It's a goat skin. I think it comes from Spain. But yeah, so we can use that. That's already colored though, of course, like I said, and it's kind of like a light brown. I use this for liners sometimes on stuff because it is so thin. Um, and then I have okay, let's finish off with the regular leather. This here's a stamped leather that's been also um, stained a dark brown, and it's a very thin lamb skin, is what it is. I made my wife's purse out of this stuff, and it's really nice. It looks like snake skin, basically. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it basically looks like snake skin. So we have enough there to play with. Let's get this rolled back up. Have enough of that. I have 4 styles of suede. And I really like using suede. It wears really well. You can get it dirty, and it just adds to the character of it. It's very strong. It doesn't tear or rip easily at all. It doesn't even really scratch. It's just really good leather. It's very thick suede. I'd say it's about 5 6 ounce. And I have this like I don't know, light tan taupe color of suede right here. I have like a gray, it's like a grayish color suede right here. Um, I also have like this mm, wine red, burgundy, I don't know, reddish color suede here. That works really well. I've used this before too. I used this on Mr. Yusuf Saeed's part of his wrap that I did for him, a trifold. And then finally, I have this darker suede right here. It's a darker, now this is an oiled suede. I really like this. You can feel it. It feels slightly oily, but you don't have any oil residue on your hand. But we have enough there to play with also. And it's a darker brown. Either way, so in recapping, we can take any of these and make a pipe wrap. We can take the unfinished leather and stain it whatever color you want. Now I'm going to take the camera off here. And so, yeah, I have, if y'all decide you wanted to get a little crazy, I got some cheetah print. I have some of this pink, if anybody likes pink. And then, yeah, that's it. So I got all the manly stuff over there. Here's all my stains, leather dyes. And if you don't see something that a color you like, I can go get it real easy. Of course, black and brown are the standards for almost everything, but I do have some Cordovan, which is a dark brown, very dark brown. Lighter browns. I have losing stuff. Greens, blues, yellow. This is a yellow, yeah, and that's a darker. Okay, so but they make reds. They even make a purple color. I thought I had purple. Oh, there it is. It's in the back. Yes, I do. So I have purple also, if you like purple. Um, but yeah, and I got a new, let's look at it real quick. A new um, airbrush, a new airbrush with a new pump for it. And this thing, I can airbrush the stain um, onto the project, and it just puts a nice even coat of stain on the leather. I can stain it as much as I want. I love, and plus, if I want to do like a dual color, a tricolor, whatever, I can slowly fade into a different color. So I'm really enjoying adding this to my tools for leather. Um, and that, yeah, we can use that if we choose to use any of the unfinished leathers. There, of course, you all have seen this is my leather machine here. Here's another one. That one's for embroidery. And of course, my serger over there. And I've got a couple more down there. But yeah, that's what we'll do, y'all. Um, Up here in boxes, I've got all the extra doodads and whatnots. I don't know what you're going to call them, the accoutrements. Um, yeah. And I said we probably don't need to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. You also just bear with me. Um, so I've got all the different uh, zippers down here. If you want to get crazy and have a gold zipper, I got that. Silver, of course, brown's really nice. Mr. Greg Tunnel likes these big, giant alligator-looking zippers. Um, just other regular zippers too. So, and if you don't see something that you would like, maybe I can get it. Um, yeah, I even got Velcro and other stuff down here. Paracord if I need it. But yeah, so there's all kinds of options. All right, let's go ahead and sit down. We'll talk a little bit more about this, and then we can be done. Let's change out the camera here now. All right, so go ahead. Okay. I just noticed that this mic took a shit. I just noticed it. God damn it. I may have to edit this video before I put it out. So let's stop. Either way, y'all, thank you for stopping by and having fun with me. Listen to me ramble on for a little bit. And anyways, let me know what you think about the materials that I showed you and things. And for those of you that are interested, and then when we figure it all out, we'll have a GAW, and me and the winner will go over how it's going to happen. And then as we do it, I'll show y'all when I'm doing that. Either way, y'all, I hope everything's going well for you. I hope weather's treating you as good as can be. Until next time, y'all, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you. Pack a bowl, my friend, and don't forget to pass that blend. Pack it up, my friend, and then we'll ride up and we'll smoke in the ashes in the end. Pack a bowl, my friend. Pass me that blend, would you?